Now, how do we proceed as the University of Johannesburg, given all this? Firstly, we need to offer an educational system that will allow people to have these human touch skills. Whether somebody is doing mechanical engineering, those who are doing mechanical engineering, or any other technology-based courses, they will have to do much more humanities and social sciences than they currently are doing. And those in the humanities and social sciences will have to do much more technology, because technology is going to be part of us, who will become man-machine system. Technology is going to be part of us, and therefore those who are doing non-technological areas will have to have much more training in technology. We call this the convergence of disciplines, the convergence of humanities and social sciences into the sciences. I always give this example that a social network couldn't have been discovered in England, and simply because the British education system is too specialized. When you are doing engineering, you are doing engineering, whereas the North American education is much more general. When you are doing engineering, you have to do quite a great deal of social sciences. Now, given all this, the skills that we require for our students to succeed in the fourth industrial revolution, what are some of the elements that concern me as the Vice-Chancellor-elect? And I'm going to start by students, because it all begins with students. Students are the key drivers of universities. We are here to advance their knowledge, to advance their capability of functioning in a modern society. And the students must feel safe around our campuses. So safety in and around our campuses is quite key. One of the things that I am doing with the city of Johannesburg is to have the areas around our campuses declared educational precinct, and as a consequence of that, we increase visibility of law enforcement people. Secondly, our students must be engaged about issues around them, whether they are in the social space, the political space, or the economic space. They should know what the implications of a credit downgrade is as our students. And again, this will require our students to have a multidisciplinary posture, but it will also require us to be a 24/7 campus where there is movement on campus, in our libraries, in our spaces, around the clock, because it's only when you have conversations between students that innovation is going to be accelerated. We have already started putting sitting places outside. In some of, if you go outside here, you will see desks where people can sit. And the reason for that is because we believe conversations are very, very key for innovation to actually strive. Our students must be exposed with what is going on around them in South Africa and outside South Africa. They must be internationalized. They have to understand our local situations, and they have to be able to operate locally, but they also have to understand the global dynamics. And how do we do that? We have programs which send our students outside, our top students outside the country to understand and to see how other people operate. And we also are going to bring much more overseas students to our campuses so that they can interact with our students. International staff is also quite key. Now, the second element that is important for us in the fourth industrial revolution is staff. Our staff must actually understand our students. Our staff must be engaged in teaching, and teaching and learning and research is not something to be taken for granted. If you want to know the character of a nation, you should actually go and study the character of its teachers. You know, the work ethic and any other form of ethics in general, the issue of how creative people are also depends on what we do as teachers. Of course, there is an element of talent that is embedded on an individual, but if that talent is not nurtured, it will never find expression in anyone. So that is quite key. So our staff must be well qualified. So we need them to have doctoral qualifications. We need to increase the number of our staff with doctoral qualifications as we move forward. They must be engaged in research, and they must be engaged in research that actually matters, that solves the problems that we see around us.